welcome everyone. Happy belated Merry Christmas and advanced wishing you a Happy New Year 2018. Today we are here at Colorado Rocky Lake, and today we'll try to fish some trouts, the all kinds of species that we have here, and we'll be trying to catch all those fish with just basically one lure and one bait basically. Somehow I made a mistake coming up with the X series ultralight bobbers. That is why I wasn't able to show you how to catch white bass using the small minnows and from where you can catch. Next time I'll definitely do that for you guys. But till now in this video I will try to show you how you can catch all kinds of trouts from this area. Let me just fast forward the time before I get on this video. Just hold on for a second. There you go. Come on. There you go. We're going to try fish over the line at the very end, the far end from the where the water is coming in, like the stream. So we're just going to cast over there. As you can see, I'm using a not one hook with the 1/8 of an ounce golden spinner. I'm not going to use any other spinner in this video. I'm just going to use this spinner, and you will see how useful it is. Most of the times when I visit there, though this is my second time, you can always use only this lure to get all kinds of trouts on a different parts of the lake. There are mostly to catch those cutthroats. You can always cast on the left hand side where I casted right now, and if you want to catch those other like a rainbow trout or brook trout or anything like that, onto the right, and then down to that far right you can catch those white bass, even golden Colorado trout. So we're just going to really see what we have here. Okay, here we have a Colorado golden trout. Not much of money. As you can see, I'm using a higher setup right here. So we are not just going to talk about the setups here, because this is a low level lake where you can come down for those low level guys. You can come down always here and catch those trouts and make some quick cash, maybe not much of an amount, but then again good cash for you guys, and you can always earn more XP to level up faster. So you can see I'm using only stop and go, like a 3-stop stop and go, and nothing else. You don't need to use lift and drop. You don't need to use slow like a straight slow or anything like that. You don't need to use twitching or anything like that. You can just use stop and go non-stop, and you can cast over there anywhere from to the left to the right, and the entire straight area that you can see out there. You will be getting all kinds of trouts from there. Okay, so I'm just going to cast to the right now, onto the right, and we'll see what you can catch. And so you can see there's a right hand side, there's a log basically. Okay, if you can use a small minnows with a not one hook onto the right and about 35 inches, you will be able to catch those white bass. Somehow, as I mentioned, I wasn't able, made a mistake basically. I chose the wrong bobber and my bobber kept sinking, so I wasn't able to add this clip over here to catch those white bass. But somehow I will try to catch all the species that over here. And also I don't like fishing for crappie or anything like that, so I won't be showing you over here. My main concentration over here will be to catch you how to catch those trouts, like a different species of trouts that you can catch using only one spinner. That is the golden spinner, 1/8 of an ounce, and about not one hook, because not one hook tends to be work much easier than any other hook, like a knot 2 or maybe knot 3, because the fish that we have here in this lake, they are not that big, and you can use not one hook all day long, all night long, and you can catch those fish up to your net capacity. Here you can see I'm using a 110-pound stringer, and I'm not going to fish for long over here. I will just show you from where you can catch different species of trouts. And any point of time in this video, if you think this video is helping you any point of time, or my channel is helping you out, you can always show some support and hit the thumbs up button, and that will be much be appreciated. Basically it will mean a lot to me that you guys are liking my videos, so that I will be making, I keep making those videos for you all day long. I'm trying to make a schedule basically to put 2 videos at least in a week, but somehow I'm quite busy with my work. As you can see, a year is ending right now, and the annual basically, and I'm trying all my best to complete all those things. You will see in this clip that I have able to manage a quarter fish around 12 feet away from the shoreline. So how least you are away from the shore that you have caught the fish, because this is the lowest distance that I have ever caught a fish I knew there was a fish was kept biting. I was losing it, so I slow it down my reel speed and try to ultimately get those fish, like get the fish. And I duly apologize about my fumbling here. I'm using a regular microphone and my throat is not that well. So anyways, if you're into making some money in the fishing planet, because the grinding process is not that fun basically, if you're a low level guys, make sure you save enough of cash. Don't go for all kinds of rods and etc. You don't need to buy tons of rods. Here I'm using only Omni float, and you can buy this Omni float until you hit Everglades, Florida. You can use the Omni float Florida over there, and you can use float fishing, or you can use G-Gunner, which you unlock later, like earlier parts of your levels, or you can use value spin, but I would suggest G-Gunner is a much better. And once you hit Florida, you will be making tons of money, but make sure you stay away from the salty data, because you don't want to catch those snooks or maybe red drums or even a tarpon with your low level gear, because to catch those bigger fish you need to have a sufficient amount of like a good gear. Basically you need to have a proper set of rods, reels and lines basically, which will be unlocking unlocked when you level up. So for that you have to fish on a different lakes first. First you can just go to the Lone Star Lake, then you can go to Missouri, the Mudwater River, then you can go and so on. Like you can always farm in New York if you like walleyes, and you can come down here as well. You can go to the Falcon Lake, you can catch different species of trouts over there. Their payouts is similarly well, but then again XP is way too better from this lake. You can see I'm catching lots of trouts over here and using just only one spinner. If you don't have any different kinds of spinner, if you have this one, you can just always come down here and use this one to get those trouts easily. And it doesn't matter that whether you are fishing at night or at the day, this spinner also works nicely at night. I will be adding one clip from the night where I'll be showing you how it affects. You don't need to have a night version of a spinner to you get the fish at night. It also works at night basically, and you can always use float fishing somehow. Like the fish has a great sense of like visibility, they can see. So no worries. As you can see right now I'm close to the shore. I'm just using a two-stop, like a 2-speed stop and go to try to catch those fish, because I have already got a 2 post bites basically. As you can see, there we go, we have ourselves a fish right now. Come on, let's see what we have. It's basically a cutthroat one. Let's see how big it is. I'm not so sure that's going to be too big. Okay, there is a trophy cutthroat trout. Well, this is my personal record, to be honest, because I never like to fish over here. This too. The area that I'm showing you right now on the screen, you can use small minnows with a knot one hook, and you can with the setting a depth of 35 inch, the little length, and you'll be able to catch those white bass. Somehow, as I mentioned earlier, I didn't brought it here the proper bobber, and I made the mistake. I wasn't able to show you. So you can always cast over there using your spinner. You can be able to catch those young trout, or maybe rainbow trout, or maybe Colorado golden trout, or maybe like every other species that you have over here. Not much of a species here in this particular lake. It's just a very small lake. So that's all you need to do. You can just sit back, relax with your stringer, and just do the fishing. Mostly enjoy the game. It's F2P game, like a free-to-play game that you can use really efficiently basically. And the recent updates that is being done or given to us is quite amazing. Like we are able to fish at the night time right now. We can enjoy the full time. Now I'm going to show you onto the left what you can catch from the left. You can see where I'm casting right now. From there you will be able to catch rainbow trouts. At the particular peak hours you'll be able to catch trophies from that place real easy, because there's not certain uniques out there. There are lots of trophies, and if you use a particular fish at particular peak hours, you'll be catching lots of trophies out there. As you can see, I'm right now using a narrow spoon. As I mentioned, like I will be using only 2 lures basically. One is the spinner and one is the narrow spoon, but by far I like to use the spinner the most, because in terms of narrow spoon, when I use it, I got those such as young cutthroat trout, which I don't want. because the payout is real less. And if you don't want to make that too, because if you are coming to the lake and you are trying to get those fish, the bigger fish basically, you don't want to do this. In certain amount of time you will be able to catch those bigger fish, but the majority of time you will be getting the smaller ones. Once again, I'm going to cast to the left. As you can see the rocky area, and you can just cast over there slowly. Once you cast over there, just use the stop and go method, and you'll be able to get those fish. So anyways, how's the Christmas went for you guys? I hope everything went very smooth and nicely. You are enjoying this weekend, the last weekend of this week, and I will try to make sure that you guys get 2 videos every week from next year. I'm working on it. I'm working on a different lake as well. I have got all sort things, like all things are sorted out. As you know, like you have seen my previous video, I don't like proper fishing basically. I don't follow proper rules. You don't have to use particular baits or like lures to catch particular fish, which is being given onto our information page. Okay, I always like to try things, and I will be showing you what you can try in a different lake, basically mostly starting from Florida. Okay, I'll show you how to catch those bass without, like, if you are not using you don't have any minnows or anything else like a bass jig or anything like that, you have lower level baits, you can always use that. Not many people use that as well. I'll be showing you how to catch tarpon using that particular bait or lures, or I'll be showing you how to catch snooks, maybe red drums. I have all lined up, and somehow typically not using shiners or maybe any other things. Okay, here we go, we got ourselves a bigger one. Let's see how big it is. Let me know in the comment section basically which lake is your favorite lake, because for me I like Florida is the best. It's really good. Like I like really very much over fishing over there, apart from every other lake that I have like visited basically. If I'm not fishing at Florida, I will be definitely going to Alberta maybe, or maybe Michigan. But then again, Florida is my place. I always like to catch those bigger fish, especially the tarpons and the trophy snooks, because I'm not able to catch any unique at this very point of time. I'm just going to show you right now a float fishing using a marshmallows that you have seen earlier in the very beginning of the video, while I have the marshmallows on the very top. So using the marshmallows, basically you will be able to catch those trouts. You don't have to cast far. That is, you can always cast to the right hand side of the rock. That you can see all the rocks over here. You can cast over there using a marshmallows with a knot one hook. You cast over there the little length of about 35 inch, and you can just wait there for a moment, and if it's not going to take too much of a time. Once you cast right out there, it will be real quick to catch those trouts. If you have don't have those earlier things like any other spinners or anything, like, you can always use marshmallows as a float fishing, and you can get the trouts as well. It's totally optimistic. You can use all the other lures out there in the info page, but then again I found out marshmallows and the golden spinner is much more effective than any other things out there. So let's see what we have here. It's time to camp biting, but then again it's losing out due to the float fishing thing. Sometimes it takes time to catch those fish, like they try to like they have the tendency to pull it down, but somehow they didn't. Then again they will come. Like there is a nibble, as you can see, it's got down. Let me reel it in. It's not going to be a bigger one, but let's see what we have over here. Come on, come to the shore. Okay, on the 20 feet, there you go, and we have ourselves a cutthroat trout. So in this section you can see I have just done the things like I was not recording at the earlier part of the video. Somehow I managed it, then I pushed to the recording button just to show you at the night fishing that I'm still using a golden spinner, the 1/8 of an ounce, not one hook. As I have mentioned earlier parts in the video, that you don't need to have a night spinner or a night fishing thing to catch those fish at night. Okay, you don't have to have the night version of the things. You can always use the day version of the things to in the night. You can catch those fish. So you can see I have caught the 4.3, the trophy trout. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Till then, take care. Cheers. Bye bye.